The Bengals are looking to make it 2 wins in a row after a thrilling Monday night victory against the Jaguars. They welcome in the Colts this Sunday right here at Paycor Stadium. Thoughts on the latest injury news, vibes in practice, and much, much more. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join the 40,000 plus that have already subscribed. And this Bengals team, a lot of people had counted them out when Joe Burrow went down with an injury, season-ending wrist injury. You know all about that. This isn't the Joe Burrow segment, but a lot of people counted them out. Even me. I picked the Jaguars to beat the Bengals, so Orlando Brown Jr. calling me a jackass too because I was one of them. But guess what? The Bengals win on Monday night. They're 6-6 all along, and I tried to maintain this and be clear about it. They were still talking about and thinking of the mindset they can still make the playoffs. They can still make a run without Burrow. They're still a good team. And we still don't know that answer yet, but what we do know is they're 1-1 without Joe Burrow. What we do know is they're 6-6. Their playoff chances are very much alive. And going into Sunday, I think the question is, was that the one-game outlier? Or was that a preview or foreshadowing what this team can be without Joe Burrow? Now, I don't think anyone expects Jake Browning to throw for 350 yards every week. I think that's unrealistic. You probably feel that way. I certainly do. But can this team continue to win games without Joe Burrow? I think it's a winnable game against the Colts. And it's one thing for these guys to say, and I could feel it today at practice, just walking out with the guys. I'm going to ask them in the locker room, make sure you keep it locked right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, because I'm going to ask them in the locker room after practice about this. When you go out and you do that, and you see Jake play that way, it's one thing to believe in him, believe in the game plan, believe in what you've seen from him in practice. It's a whole nother thing to go out there and do it when it matters. Do it on the road. Do it against a Jacksonville team that's going to make the playoffs. Do it against a team that had, and still has, technically, aspirations of being the 1 seed in the conference. To me, going out and doing it, now there's true belief. It's one thing to believe it when you didn't see it. Well, now you saw it. And so now can you make it 2 weeks in a row? And I think that's where a lot of fans are. I think that's where these guys are is, all right, let's go show it. Let's go show that wasn't a 1 week outlier. Let's welcome in a Colts team that, like the Bengals, hope to be. They've impressed since losing their top quarterback. They've found ways to win games. They've leaned on the run game. They've leaned on their defense. Gardner Minshew has made plays their quarterback when they needed it. They have some exciting weapons, some fun weapons, which we'll get to in our game preview on Friday. But to me, I think that Monday, what Monday is showing everyone, including everyone in the locker room, if you're Jake Browning, that you can do it. Now it's about, can you go do it again and again and again? And over the next 3 weeks, winnable games in the AFC. There's no doubt about it. 2 of these 3 AFC matchups really, really big. Obviously, Sunday has playoff implications against the Colts. They're right there, neck and neck in the standings. You have the Steelers in a couple of weeks with the Vikings sandwiched in the middle. These are 3 winnable games. If the Bengals could somehow get Sunday, I think there would be belief that they could keep moving forward and keep building and make a postseason run for a 3rd straight year. Some quick injury notes. Chase Brown was at practice. I don't have his official designation at the time of recording. We'll post it on allbengals.com when it's time to. But the good news is he was out there. Despite dealing with a hamstring tweak, he was listed as a limited participant in the Bengals' estimated practice report on Wednesday, which they didn't practice. It was a walkthrough. But if they had practice, he would have been limited. Probably a maintenance thing, especially on a short week, but certainly noteworthy. Overall, though, that is a big, big factor moving forward. This 2-back dynamic, which I've talked about a ton. The regular listeners and viewers of Cincinnati Bengals Talk probably got sick of me talking about it, but you need someone not named Joe Mixon that you trust carrying the ball. Chase Brown showed that. 9 carries, that's fine. It doesn't have to be. I'm not asking for 25 touches for Chase Brown. You just want someone else, not named Joe Mixon, to be effective, to have that trust and to give you something that Joe hasn't, which is explosive running ability. Because what it does is it keeps Joe fresh. It weakens a defense. It loosens up defenses that are trying to take away Jamar Chase downfield or try to take away T. Higgins deep downfield. So that is certainly a big, big factor. I'm hoping to hear from Jamar Chase today. Jamar just passed the 1,000-yard receiving mark. He is on pace to set 2 Bengals franchise receiving records this season. For 1, receiving yards, he's on pace for 1,506 receiving yards, I believe, just over 1,500 yards. I know that for sure. And he's on pace for 122 receptions, which would break T.J. Houshmandzadeh's receptions record. The yards, he would break his own receptions record, which he set in 2021 as a rookie. We'll see if he can do it. He's certainly on pace for that right now, averaging just under 90 yards per game and averaging 7 receptions per contest. Getting Chase involved matters a ton. I'll just get it out of the way now. I was looking at stats. In the Bengals' 6 wins, 5 of those 6 games, Chase has double-digit targets. In all 6 of their losses, Jamar Chase has single-digit targets. So get Jamar Chase the ball, good things happen. If you can run the ball with Chase Brown, if you can run the ball with Joe Mixon, keep that defense honest, then you can hit those big, deep shots to Jamar Chase and find him in open space so he can make plays. We're going to have a ton from the locker room on Thursday. We're back here. We're back in Cincinnati after what was a fun Jacksonville trip, obviously a victorious Jacksonville trip, and we will have you covered. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and until next time, for Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.